It's day 6 of the Russian offensive in Ukraine. Now, in the latest, at least 11 civilians have reportedly lost their lives in the Russian missile strikes on Ukraine's second largest city, Kharkiv.
In fact, the Ukrainian President has said that it is time to consider a no-fly zone for Russian missiles, planes and helicopters after the bombardment of Kharkiv. This even as Russia and Ukraine will hold second round of peace talks in the coming days.
Now, Ukraine has sought immediate ceasefire and withdrawal of Russian troops in the first round of talks yesterday. Russia, in fact, carried out 56 rocket strikes and sent out 113 cruise missiles in the past 5 days, and over 5 lakh Ukrainians have fled the country so far.
Meanwhile, sports federations from around the world have cut ties with Russia amid its assault on Ukraine. In the latest, FIFA and UEFA have suspended Russian teams and clubs till further notice. This essentially means that Russia won't be part of Football World Cup to be played later this year.
In fact, Russia, Belarus have also been suspended by World Rugby until further notice. Now, International Olympic Committee has also announced sanctions against Moscow. The IOC has urged sports bodies to ban Russian and Belarusian athletes from international competitions now.
Right, so this is a big development coming in right now, a kind of a U-turn by FIFA now that it has gone one step ahead and has suspended Russian teams and clubs till further notice, which means that Russia won't be part of Football World Cup to be played later this year. Similar kind of sanctions have been imposed by UEFA and World Rugby as well on Russian teams. And in fact, sports federations from around the world are cutting ties when it comes to Russia amidst its assault on Ukraine. Let me go across to Karishma Singh for more details on this. Karishma, help us understand what really led to this U-turn of sort by FIFA, because yesterday we saw that FIFA refused to suspend the team for the time being, but today they have changed the stance.
Well, yes, there have been sanctions on Russian athletes and Belarusian athletes from across the sporting fraternities, sporting federations. In fact, it started with the International Olympic Committee yesterday coming out and saying that all countries should not invite or allow Russian and Belarusian athletes in international competitions or even competitions that are held in their countries. Apart from that, the IOC also said that they're going to withdraw the Olympic order from Vladimir Putin and 2 other Russian government officials. The Olympic order, remember, is given to people who have contributed to the Olympic movement in a significant way. The IOC deciding to withdraw that. After that, we have the FIFA and the UEFA. FIFA firstly expelling Russia from the 2022 Qatar World Cup. UEFA has cancelled its deal with a Russian energy company called Gazprom. And apart from that, the World Rugby has confirmed sporting sanctions for Russia and Belarus. It has reaffirmed its strong condemnation of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. In fact, it has suspended Russia and Belarus from all international rugby and cross-border club rugby activities until further notice. So the sporting fraternity making sure that Russia is impacted by the decision it has taken to invade Ukraine, and there have been multiple sanctions on Russia and Belarus, and it looks like it is going to be very, very difficult for Russian and Belarusian athletes to compete. Remember, Russian athletes were already not playing under the flag, or the anthem wasn't played whenever they won a medal in Olympic because of doping allegations. But this is more severe, and these sanctions do not look like it will ever come off, because Russia has invaded Ukraine, and that is going to stay, and the sporting fraternity is going to make sure that Russia pays for what it believes is a very, very wrong use of their power power and human rights violation in Ukraine.
Right, Karishma, thank you so much for joining us with all those details there. So the sanctions against Russia really extending on to the sporting arena now. Now moving on.